So welcome to the Odyssey episode of Commander Fodder. So we're going to pick an Odyssey theme deck here. Well, I've already picked one. If you've seen the set musings episode, you'll know which one it is. I'm going to just go through the theme decks. So we've got a white-blue theme deck with a threshold theme. That's Liftoff. It does lean itself towards Cephalid Tribal. 1-2 punch, red-green aggro with flashback. See that? Actually, this is a good example because if you've seen the if you've seen the previous deck turtle episode for Odyssey, you know, I tried to build a blue-white deck. This is an example of a blue-white deck which does play with threshold. So clearly, you know, there's certain cards in the set which are key to getting that to work well. Yeah, I did build a red-green deck with flashback in it, so it's really one of the go-to things. So black-red threshold. Okay, so that's another possibility. I suppose if you're burning through your red burn spells, excuse the pun, that would be a good way of getting threshold up, particularly with multiple sorceries and instants. Does have Praise Cabal minion in here. Does this go into which? I'm just curious which service this goes into. So it goes into Scryfall. As I was curious as to whether this was. There was a. Yeah, it is banned. Okay, I thought so. Good. Okay. So that was one reason why I thought I better not build a deck built on pressure cooker, like a mono black braids deck. If it's banned in EDH, rather pointless. Green blue threshold. Okay, that's good to know. So, are we saying here that? Yeah, 3 out of the 4 decks are actually threshold themes. Okay. And red-green is flashback and creature tokens. Yeah, I suppose I could have done. Anyway, yeah. So what I've done is I've decided to use this, and go with the Cephalid tribal theme, so it does mean gutting the deck out quite a bit. Here's the deck as it would appear in Archetype as a deck of it in as of itself. So 60 card deck. This is what it basically looks like. We've got all the appropriate artwork in here for the set, obviously, including our islands and our planes. Although I didn't pick the most expensive ones in the set. So that's what it looks like in all its glory. What I did was obviously took out all the white cards, anything that relied on white. So, you know, didn't have a colour that I did. It wasn't a purely blue colour identity. So we're going to go mono blue. I've taken Aboshan from the set because it wasn't in the deck, and that's going to be our commander. So I think there's actually a couple of Cephalid legends in the block as a whole, but this is the one that's actually in Odyssey. So I thought I'd stick within Odyssey. And I've done that before where, you know, I've taken a deck where it didn't have a legend in it and just used the legend from the set to thematically make it interesting for this episode. So I'm going to leave in all the blue cards that I can. So obviously all the Cephalids. We'll leave in Millikin. Although I suppose in a threshold. Anyway, I'll leave it in, but we're not really going with a threshold theme here, so tap or untap target creature. Peek, yeah, look at target player's hand. Counter. Think tank. So there may be some blue cards that we want to put in that could... We'll see what gets suggested from the algorithm. I've also got a few cards here set up that I'm going to drag across. So as we're playing mono blue tribal, so you can see there's some obvious go-to things here. We're going to put in a Adaptive Automaton and obviously name Cephalids as our tribe. Cage Sun, obviously it's going to be blue. So let me just make a slot in here for artifacts. There we go. So I'm also going to put some clone spells in. I know there's quite a few Cephalids in Magic, but it'd be quite good to clone up some of the key ones, and also be able to clone other opponents' creatures as well, just for the hell of it. So we're going to put a couple of clones in. We'll also put a Gauntlet of Power. Again, we're playing monocolour here, so it's going to be good. I'm just going to put a Lightning Greaves in, just some stuff we can equip our commander with. It's again always handy. As we're playing blue, we'll put in a good old Sapphire Medallion and a Sky Diamond, and of course no EDH deck would be complete without some form of Soul Ring. And we'll use the most recent artwork from the, was it Commander Black product? But you know, there's a whole load of other stuff we could choose from if we felt so minded. But as you can see, it's pretty much all the same. We could go for an old school Alpha Soul Ring. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go old school. It's pretty expensive. Actually, no, I won't do that, because you know, sometimes it's nice to see what the price of the deck is. So let's go with something a bit more reasonably priced. Yeah, let's do that, because we've seen that new artwork anyway, so that's no big deal. Okay, so we're going to go with 34 lands in the deck, and again we'll bring in utility lands as we need to. So I think we won't have any trouble here just running the inbuilt architect algorithm. We'll see, because they're older cards. So let me just rerun this. Do I want to run a thought? See, this is interesting because it's a shapeshifter, so it does mean that in this deck, that's spitting out 2/2s for 4. Yeah, that would be interesting. I do like these sort of spells, sort of artifacts. Oh, that would be cool in a tribal deck. There's lots of tribal artifacts we could run here, actually. Tide Replicator. Yeah, that's fun to play. Oh, Sensei's Divining Top. Oh, and a Warm Power Stone. Mirari's actually in the set. think. Maybe I'll come back to that if I remember. Well, plenty of suggestions here anyway. What did I say I might come back to? Oh, let's put a commander sphere. We don't normally put that in the deck, so powerful target. What's that transform into? That's an interesting card. Yeah, stop it there. Now let's look at some creatures, because this is Cephalid Tribal after all. So we need to be running a good number of creatures. Okay, so we can run the other legend. Of course, I could have. I don't think is Cephalid Broker in here already. Yeah, it is. It's the only problem. Some of these cards have been reprinted, so I'm not going to always know. So oh, it's telling me it's already in there, which is always good. Why? How odd. I think it will be showing the fact I've got it in there. Okay. Flying, yeah, want that. Target shapeshifter becomes a copy of it. It's interesting. We're just going for Cephalids. Cephalid Tribal all the way. This is interesting. In a tribal deck, if you want to play like utility creatures. I suspect some of these are in because a lot of Cephalids would end up in a sort of sea pets type deck. We should put Wonder in here. And Mold Drifter, seeing as we're playing blue. That's tempting. We've got a clone. Do we want a Squid Horror? Now, we do want Deadeye Navigator. I do like these sort of blue utility creatures like this. This is good. We'll see. Yeah, now we're seeing a lot of blue utility creatures. 26. Okay. So let's see what we've got on the Planeswalker front here. So we're sort of going all in Cephalid Tribal at the moment. But we'll have a look and see. Okay. I think it's purely for utility. We draw a card while you're in the game instead. I don't know whether I want that. Interesting suggestions here. No maximum hand side whenever a card is put into group. Okay. Let's run Tamio. Just for utility. So what do we have? The usual suspects. Boost on Zenith, yeah, Counterspell, Cyclonic Rift. Yeah. Might as well run a Polify. Brainstorm. Take through time. Okay, yeah, this is good. Cryptic Command. Sounds all creature toughness less than no, anyway, it's with large. All abilities. Yeah, that's good. Some nasty instant stuff going on there. Let's have a look at some of the sorceries in blue. We might want to play in this deck. So we could do a Ponder and Right Replication would be good. Sleep. That's always nice. Treasure Cruise. So we've got a surge cost here. No, okay. Like this. Strange. We down here, 92. So do I want more artifacts? Actually, let's have a look. We didn't properly look at any enchantments. Right. Each creature your opponent's control is an illusion. Oh, that's cool. Whenever a creature an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Ooh, good. we should have that in, seeing as it is Aboshan deck. I forgot about that. 2 more cards. Let's just stick with the enchantments. So, I'm going to do that because I can. Discard a card from your hand, gain control of a target creature. Turn. Do I want lever? Yes, I do. Okay, there we have it. Actually, we don't, do we? Because we've still got to have a look for some lands. Because I didn't look at the utility lands. Easy mistake to make. So, what are we running here? Anything I fancy the look of? We should play that for devotion reasons. I mean, can't help it. Oh, is there anything here I really want to play? That would be useful for getting some of my artifacts back, actually. Right, I need to cut this back. I think that's right. Bingo. There we go. There's our deck. So I'm going to just export that now, because we know I've had problems with this before. So let's do that. It's my final deck, and dare we look at the curve? Let's have a look at the stats here. Actually, not too shabby. Okay, let's do a quick play test. See what a few opening hands will look like. Okay, not so good on the mana front here. Let me just take that out of the way so you can see what's going on. Oh, so no lander. It's weird. That's very weird. What's going on here? Let's see, make sure nothing strange is happening. No, it looks all right. May just be one of those things. Some rough hands. Maybe my land count's just a bit too on the low side. It's getting better. That's not too bad. Yep, it's a bit of variance there going on. Okay, so that basically just built itself because we took the shell and just jammed in a load of cephalids. I mean, what might... Well, actually playing quite a few utility creatures here saying that. So I suppose it's just one of those ones where you just see what it plays like. A number of the Cephalids do have utility on them. Yeah, this is really, it's just in there because it was in the deck. I don't know whether this would have any interesting utility. Yeah, a lot of these. It's funny how, it's fun to build, see what the tribal things look like, but their abilities don't make a lot of sense outside of a threshold scenario. And there's not really a ton of threshold stuff here. So it is just almost for the sake of playing Cephalid Tribal. What I'm looking for is just, are there blue cards you could play which would leverage the fact that some of these cards are sticking cards into the graveyard, like Wonder, for instance, or just almost using the graveyard as a way of storing stuff. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I've already exported this, and thanks again for watching. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next episode.